When I first started a gym, I was pretty lost. Not even pretty lost. I was extremely lost. First time I walked into the gym, I remember it so clearly. I walked in with just nervous butterflies in my stomach. I was so scared to go to the gym for the first time, so I didn't know what to expect at all. As I walked into the building, it was so overwhelming. There was all these different machines for one, and I didn't know how a single one worked, did I? And the people there, wow. There was jacked people with massive muscles lifting like heavy weights, and what was I? I was a 16-year-old skinny kid, like just scared, pretty shy and awkward, and I had to walk around and go to that gym. I felt awful and I didn't know what I was doing at all. But I obviously changed that. I got in good shape and I'm 18 now and I'm a lot better than before. And there's one thing that I wanted to break down in this video that I wish that 16-year-old me would know, as I feel I could have made so much more progress. I could have been twice as big. I could have been lifting houses by now if I followed this one step. And it really was just eating clean. As when I started the gym, and not even when I started the gym, all my life, I just ate whatever I really wanted, to be honest. I ate chicken nuggets, burgers, pizzas. I was a kid that just had the biggest sweet tooth in the world. I'd grab chocolate bars, stuff them in my pockets, run upstairs, and at night I'd eat 4 or 5 of them. And that blue thing down there, I'd always hide the wrappers in there, so my mum and my dad didn't see. They'd catch me every time, and they'd always have a go at me, but I thought I could be secret and all that. But I did have this sweet tooth. It doesn't matter if it was by myself or with people around, whoever it was, I'd always eat sweets. I'd never actually eat like meals. I remember once I went around my friend's house and we were having a full-on dinner and they had soup. I've never even heard of soup in my life. I was young at this time, but I never heard of soup. They put it in front of me. I was like, I just didn't eat it. But like the chocolates for dessert they offered me after, obviously ate that. But I just hated real foods. I just hated proper foods, healthy foods, vegetables, all of that. I refused to eat them. Even apples, they were awful. I didn't want to touch them. Instead, chicken nuggets, chips, pizzas, that was it. That was all I was used to. I was pretty happy eating the same stuff every day, having like cereal or Pop-Tarts or biscuits or just something for breakfast, and usually like a jam sandwich for lunch and pizza, cereal for tea or whatever. And this was just like how it was growing up. I feel it's what it was for most people around the world. For some people who, their kids are eating like just meat or something, but most people were not. We're eating McDonald's, KFCs all the time. And growing into a teenager, it just increases. The amount of McDonald's, KFC, Subway I ate just got more and more. As I started to have my own money at this time, I didn't even have my own money. My mum used to give me like lunch money, and I was always spend it on like Subway. I'd always buy like a 6-incher with just chicken and stuff in it. I'd stop at KFC every day and buy a snack box. I must have wasted thousands of pounds on food or something. A lot of money. Like sweets and Milky Bars. Every penny I had would just be spent on food. I don't know, it was just enjoyable. It was just nice. And it never did anything bad to me. As I was a skinny kid, I always stayed a skinny kid. No matter how much like bad food I ate, I'd still be that skinny kid. I'd still like be able to see my rib cage and like have skinny arms. Looking back on photos now, my arms were skinny. I had a skinny rib cage, but I always had like this like bloatedness belly, like on my belly. I always had like my belly would stick out a bit compared to the rest of my body. It looked unusual. It was a bit. It's a weird analogy, but it's a bit like, when you see like African kids adverts of a starving African kids and their arms are like scrawny, so tiny, but they have like their belly that sticks out of it. I was a bit like that. And it's a weird analogy, but that's how I saw it, and that's sort of what I had. And by the time I was 16, I went through high school. I didn't like it very much. I just didn't feel like I stood out at all. I felt such like a shy kid, a kid that was just scared of everyone and everything. I would just sit in the corner of the class. I wouldn't really say anything, do anything. I was just there, just lurking, really. And I hated that. So I wanted to change it. I wanted to go gym so I could get in shape, so I could like look good and feel good. And I started going gym about 16 on my 16th birthday, and I became overwhelmed. I saw the gym, it was crazy. Just looked so different to before. And yeah, but I was eating bad still. I was eating bad foods, and I was eating more of them now. As I was going gym and I was trying to bulk up, I was trying to get big, trying to get muscles. So I started going gym more and more, but I was just eating more and more foods. I'd stop off at Tesco's down the road. I'd just eat and eat and eat. I'd just have as much food as I possibly could. I'd have pizzas, bagels, Belgian buns, cakes, anything I could get my hands on. That's what I'd eat, and I enjoyed it. I can't lie, I did enjoy bulking a lot, as I should just eat as much cookies as I want, and as justification for it. If I eat cookies, I gain muscle apparently. If I just keep eating cookies and cookies, on TikTok, I saw so many fitness influencers talk about how they just eat bad foods and still have muscles, still have abs. You'd see videos of like, I always saw this video of this like black guy, and he'd always eat loads of KFC, but he was this massive bodybuilder, shredded, and I didn't understand how that's possible, how that worked, but I thought I could do it too. So I stayed to the gym. I kept going through this journey of just becoming more consistent with the gym, seeing more progress in the gym. I had this goal of 100 kg bench press, and I was chasing this goal, and I was bolting and bolting, adding more calories, just going gym, and actually becoming consistent and good at the gym. Within 6 months or so of the gym, I benched 100 kg, and like I was better than before. I wasn't as skinny as before. I clearly made some progress on benching 100 kg. I felt pretty happy with myself. I was pretty like pleased with that. So I upped the calories. I started bolting. I started eating more and more. I started having like 4,000 calories of just cookie doughs, pizzas, bagels, cakes, all of that. That's all I ate. And it got to a point where I just was at 95 kg. I gained so much weight. I looked in the mirror. I felt chubby. I had spots on my face. I felt awful. I just hated how my body looked. And it was the worst feeling ever. And this is because I just ate bad food. I never ate clean. I never even thought about eating clean. And it really actually ruined my gym progress. It ruined my physique. It ruined just how I was working out. I wish I did it so differently. I wish I did so much different. As I obviously got to that 95 kg point, and I realised what I did. I realised I ate so much bad food. I shouldn't have done it. I felt so guilty, so ashamed. I was like, oh, why have I done that? I regretted it so much. And I quit lifting weights like I did. I quit bulking like I did, and said I just ate as little food as I could each day. I just went for as many runs as I could each day, and I did boxing. I got to like 73 kg. I got lean. I cut back down. But I obviously wanted more muscle. I wanted to be muscular again, as I lost even though I lost the fat on my body, I lost so much muscle in the process. And when you're a guy who used to be able to rep out 100 kg, and you do it now, and you're struggling, and you're just pushing as hard as you can to get it up, and you just about do it. And 4 months before I was repping it out, you want to obviously get that strength back. And when that happened, I decided I want to get in shape. I want to get big, but I couldn't do it the same way as before. I couldn't gain the fat on my body and like get choppy cheeks, a spotty face. I did not want that at all. Instead, I wanted to get big, but I wanted to get big with just the muscle, without the fat. That's where I discovered like clean, lean bulking. This is where you just eat healthy whole foods, the real foods of the world, the foods Eddie Abuse talks about, like meats, vegetables, fruit. You eat these foods in a higher quantity, in a bulking quantity, so that you can gain muscle, but you don't gain as much fat as the sugary foods, the foods that I ate before, the ice creams, the pizzas, all those foods. That's what gave me the fat. But if I just eat the whole healthy foods, that's what's going to gain me the muscle. And I started to do this. I started to eat the clean, lean, healthy foods. And with time, slowly but surely, I started to gain weight. I started to get bigger and bigger, but it took a lot longer. I went from 73 to 79 to 74 to 75, and it took time, and it took effort, it took patience. I had so many points when I thought about cheating on my diet, going back to dirty bulk and going back to eating pizzas and whatnot. But I just stuck with it. I kept waiting and waiting and waiting. And as time went on, as it kept ticking and ticking and ticking, and I kept going. By 6 months, from 73, I got to 81. And the thing is, I gained 1 to 2% of fat on my body. And that's probably from the times when I cheated on my diet and I gave up with it. And I started eating out again. I mean, I realised it was bad. But those times, that's probably when I gained the fat. But overall, I just gained so much muscle, and only muscle. My gym progress skyrocketed. I got so much bigger than before, and I got in the shape that I was in now. But the one tip I would tell myself was to eat clean, to eat healthy, as that's how you actually gain the muscle. That's how you actually get in good shape. That's how I got in good shape. And I saw like shoulder strains. I just look in the mirror even now and I feel like in shape. I feel like my shoulders are sticking out and I just feel gas with it. And the one tip would just be eat clean. Don't do what I did. Don't go down that dirty bulking route of just eating shit and shit and shit. Instead, just eat healthy and just eat more food healthy. It's easy to do. Just have chicken, rice. You know what the healthy foods are. The foods Cristiano Ronaldo would eat. The foods that have been in this world for ages, that your mum tells you are healthy. These foods are the healthy ones. And yeah, that's the one tip I'd give myself, just to do that, and I'm sure you'll see progress. But apart from that, thank you for watching. Like and subscribe now. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.